Welcome back. The same topic, induction principle. We had started yesterday. Some questions were solved on principle of mathematical induction. So some more questions on the same topic. Before I start the question, the basic idea of induction principle must be clear to you. So what is the basic step we take in proving the truthfulness of a given mathematical statement? So first step we take is we check the statement whether it is true for n equal to 1. According to this induction principle, we have to check in first step the statement, mathematical statement, that is denoted by Pn, that is principal statement. So we have to check whether this statement which is given in the question is true for n equal to 1. In second step, we assume the same statement is true for n equal to k, where k is a positive number. We have to take k equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. This is the second step. It is given. If P1 is true for n equal to 1, that means it is understood the same statement will be true for the next positive numbers. And the third step, we have to prove Pn is true for n equal to k plus 1. So this is the third step, which involves the simplification. These first two, they are same in all the questions. So third step is the main step, and in this step we have to prove this statement is also true for k equal to 1. And if this happens, that means according to principle says this Pn will true for all n belonging to n. So this is the main principle, and in all the questions the same formula is used. In exercise 4.1, no other formula is used, only these three steps are to be used. So these three steps help us to prove the validity of given mathematical statement, that is the Pn, which is called principal statement. And the symbol for this statement is generally written as Pn, P of n. So let us, after getting the idea, take the next questions, how these questions are solved. So let us take another example of the same principle, that is induction principle, or you can say the principle of mathematical induction. So as I told yesterday, it is a method by which we can check the authenticity of a given formula or a mathematical statement. So I am writing a question which is given as a mathematical statement is given, and this is for n greater than equal to 1. So this statement is valid when the value of n is greater than equal to 1. He says we have to prove the result, and result is 1 upon 1 into 2 plus 1, 2 into 3 plus 1, 3 into 4 plus so on. It is up to the last term is 1 upon n into n plus 1, and this is equal to n upon n plus 1, where n is positive number, natural number. So this is the question. Again, we have to prove this is basically a mathematical formula. Now this mathematical formula is to be checked whether this is correct or incorrect. We can check this formula by following the 3 steps which I have told you just few minutes ago. So first step, in this step what we do, p of 1 we take instead of n equal to 1, that is the first term, and the first term is 1 into 2. This is not point, this is into sign, or you can write in this way. So this is 1 upon 2, and this is my left hand side. The left hand side of the given statement at x, this is at n equal to 1. I have put the value of n equal to 1 in this statement, and only first statement is taken. So if I take right hand side, on right hand side I have, this is left hand side up to here, and this is right hand side. So I have to check whether left hand side and right hand side are equal or not. So my right hand side is n upon n plus 1. So if I put n equal to 1, it will be 1, 1 and 1, and this is 1 upon 2. So left hand side and right hand side, they are equal. So LHS equals to RHS. So when inequality holds, this indicates Pn is true for n equal to 1. So my first step is over. After first step, the second step is to be followed. So second step says the statement which is given, it should be true for Pn is true for n equal to k. We need not to prove this statement is true for n equal to k, because this k is a positive number. If this statement is true at n equal to 1. So you can also verify at n equal to 2, at n equal to 3, at n equal to 4. In all the cases, this statement will be true. And if I go on checking, so if I take n equal to k, where k is a positive number, so if this is true at 1, at 2, at 3, at 4, naturally this will true at n equal to k. So we have assumed here. We have assumed here. We suppose if the statement is true at x equal to 1, x equal to 2, 3, 4 and so on, positive numbers for all the positive numbers, so naturally this will be true for n equal to k. So therefore, if this is true at n equal to k, I can say p of n equal to k will equal to, this is such that symbol 1 upon 1 into 2, 1 upon 2 into 3, 1 upon 3 into 4. So this is the statement which is given here. Instead of n, I write k into k plus 1. So this is my left hand side of the given statement. So this will equal to, this is left hand side, and on right hand side, instead of n, I put k, where k is a positive number. It can be any natural number. So third step, second step and first step, they are over. The main step is the third step, which is the main step. In this step, we have to do certain simplification so as to prove that the given statement is also true at point n equal to k plus 1. This is the final step. So I can write the third step as p of n equal to k plus 1. Now I have to prove this statement should also true at this n equal to k plus 1. So I can write the term which are given so this is up to k terms. Now I have to prove this up to n equal to k plus 1. So my k plus 1 term will be k, instead of k, the next preceding term will be k plus 1. And at this k, the preceding term will be k plus 1. So k plus 1 plus 1, it will be k plus 2. So I have written the statement up to the term k plus 1. Now this term is equal to, so I can substitute the value of n equal to k here. I can write k upon k plus 1 plus this is 1 upon k plus 1 k plus 2. So on further simplification, I can write this as, if I take the LCM k plus 1 into k plus 2. So I will have the numerator as k into k plus 2 and plus 1 here. So this is the value of p n equal to k plus 1, that is it is k square plus 2k plus 1 in numerator, and in denominator it is k plus 1 and k plus 2. This can be the whole square of k plus 1 and numerator as it is. So that means my third step shows p of n equal to k plus 1 will finally equal to, I can write this as k plus 1 into k plus 1 whole square can be written in this way, k plus 1 into k plus 2. Now this factor gets cancelled, so k plus 1 upon k plus 2, which can be written as k plus 1, and this can be written as this, k plus 2 can be written as k plus 1 plus 1, 1 and 1 is equal to 2. So finally p of k plus 1 comes to be k plus 1 upon k plus 1 plus 1. So this is the final expression. Now if I compare this expression with my given expression, that is the given statement, mathematical statement, if I compare, so here is p n and in this it is p of k plus 1. So Pn is on right hand side equal to n. If here I have the number n, here I have n. That means here I have k plus 1 and in the numerator I have k plus 1. So they are the identical one. Then in denominator I have n and here I have in denominator k plus 1. Plus 1 and plus 1, that means they match each other, they are matching. So this indicates p of n equal to k plus 1 is true whenever p n equal to k is true. So this will be true only if p n equal to k is true. This is given in the principle of induction says this is true, and when this is true, so that means k plus 1 is also true. Hence by induction principle, Pn is true for all n belonging to n. So in this way, this particular mathematical statement is valid one, correct one. It is so in this exercise, all the questions are to be solved in this way by taking the 3 steps, step 1, step 2 and step 3. So if you remember these three steps, so they are very simple questions. Only one formula is applied. Three steps only. No other formula is used in these questions. Step 1 and 2, they are same in all the questions, and in step 3 we do minor simplification. So this finishes your question. Let me take another question which is an important one. So next question I am going to take is question number 12 from the same exercise, question number 12. So let us take next question, and in the same question we have to prove by induction principle whether this is a valid statement or not. Let me take 12. Says proof by using the principle of mathematical induction. Proof by using principle of mathematical induction. You have to prove by using the principle of induction. The statement is written as AR square plus so on, and the last term is AR raised to power n minus 1, and this is equal to AR power n minus 1 upon R minus 1. So this is a statement which is mathematical statement given, and we have to show whether this is a correct, valid or not, and to check its validity we have to use the principle of mathematical induction. Basically this is the formula. In the coming days you will read a chapter which is called sequence and series. This is a chapter, sequence and series. You might have read it in 10th class also. That is AP, arithmetic progression. You might have heard the names. So these are to be covered. It is called arithmetic progression, it is called geometric progression. So it is basically the sum of GP terms. When you will solve this, you will do this chapter, this formula you will use there. So it is geometric progression. So it is geometric progression formula which will be used to solve questions. So here we have to verify this formula by using induction principle. So this is a correct formula, but we have to verify it by the induction method. So first step, as in previous cases we have solved P at n equal to 1. So when n equal to 1, simply the first term I have to take, and this is left hand side. From here to here it is left hand side, so it is A. On my right hand side I have the term A or n minus 1 or minus 1. This R in geometric progression means common ratio. So when this sequence and series chapter comes, I will make clear at that time. This R stands for common ratio and N stands for number of terms, total number of terms. So that on right hand side, this is A into R raised to power 1 minus 1 upon R minus 1. So this is equal to A. So my left hand side and right hand side both are equal to A. So they are equal. This means this statement is true for n equal to 1. So first step, it is clear. Then the second step is step second. This was step first. P n equal to K is equal to AR n minus K minus 1. Instead of n, you will write K, and this will equal to, on right hand side, A R raised to power K minus 1 upon R minus 1. So simply in second step we put the value of K instead of n. So this is assumed to be true, because if you go on substituting n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, so in all the cases this statement will be true. We are not to take the integers, only positive integers or natural numbers we take. So this is the second and main step is the third step. According to this step, we have to prove this statement is whether true for n equal to K plus 1 terms. So let us see AR square AR K minus 1. This I have written by left hand side. This is left hand side up to K nth kth term. So next term will be AR K. Instead of K, its next term will be K plus 1. So K plus 1, if I write K plus 1 here, 1 and 1 will cancel. So I am left with only A raised to power K. You can put this inside the bracket. So this will equal to, according to second step, this is equal to, its value is written here. So I can write instead of this, its value a r raised to power k minus 1 upon r minus 1 plus a r raised to power k. Now I have to simplify these terms. So if I simplify, so this will equal to LCM will be r minus 1 so here a r raised to power k minus 1 plus, if I multiply this, it will be a r raised to power k plus 1, and I multiply this by r, and minus a r power k. So this further will equal to if I multiply a r power k minus a plus a r k plus 1 minus a r power k and upon r minus 1. So these two terms can be cancelled because one is positive and other is negative. So they can cancel. So finally, P of n equal to k plus 1 equals to if this is positive term, only two terms are left, and I can write the a afterwards upon r minus 1. So this, if I take a as common, so inside a plus 1 minus 1 upon r minus 1. So this is the final P of k plus 1 equals to r k plus 1 minus 1 upon r minus 1. So this is the last term k plus 1. So if I compare, lastly we have to compare the k plus 1 with the nth term, it is k plus 1 term, it is nth term. So right hand side of this and right hand side of this k plus 1, here I have a and here I have a, and inside the bracket it is r raised to power n. Now this is k plus 1, so r raised to power k plus 1, instead of n it is k plus 1, then minus 1 here also, and in the denominator I have r minus 1, and in this denominator again I have r minus 1. So they are matching, they are identical. So this implies that Pn is also true for n equal to k plus 1. Hence, by induction principle, Pn will be true for all n belonging to n. So this is how the question number 12 is to be solved. They are very simple questions. All the questions involve 3 steps. In all the 24 questions, only one formula is applied. First two steps they are same, only in third step we have to do simplification. So this is how question number 12 is to be solved. So they are easy questions, you can try yourself. So one more question of the same exercise I can take. Another question. 6. The statement is Pn 1 into 2, 2 into 3, plus 3 into 4, plus so on. And the last term is n into n plus 1, and this should equal to n plus 1 into n plus 2 upon 3. So this is the question number 6. Again, this question is in the form of mathematical statement Pn. This is left hand side and this is right hand side. So steps are the same. First step, P of 1, only one term, and this will be equal to 2. This is left hand side, and if I take right hand side, which is n into n plus 1, n plus 2 upon 3, and this equals to, put the value n equal to 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2 upon 3. So this will equal to 2 into 3 upon 3. So 3 and 3 will cancel. So this is equal to 2. So left side and right side, they are equal. When they are equal, that means Pn is true for n equal to 1. So this is the first step. Same way, the second step, P of n equal to k. It is assumed or supposed that this statement, by taking the positive numbers, will also true. Here you have to write k instead of n. This is left hand side, and on right hand side, instead of n, write the k. Step second is over. Step third is the main step involving k plus 1 term. So this will equal to this is up to k term, and the term ahead of k term is k plus 1. So this will be next term. Instead of k you will write k plus 1, and the term after k plus 1 is k plus 2. Now this value is known to you, and this value is written here. So I can write k into k plus 1 into k plus 2 upon 3 plus the same value. I have to simplify this. This will equal to k into k plus 1 k plus 2 plus 3 times k plus 1 k plus 2 upon 3. I can take 3 as outside. K plus 1 k plus 2, they are common factors, so they can written outside, and inside the bracket I have left only k here and 3 here. So this can further be simplified. 1 upon 3 k plus 1. This can be